Alright, so pretty much kind of like how I expected, the episode was super average. Super, super, super average. I don't mean to repeat myself there, but just, it just kind of did what I thought it was going to do. And, TenTen was in the episode, and her personality was way different than what it ever was. And I guess that was actually kind of the best thing about her in this episode, is that she was significantly different. Like, this is so much different than what I've ever remembered about TenTen and her personality and her character. It was way different than what I remembered her being like. I found her more annoying before in part one and Shippuden, but in this episode she was actually kind of fun. Like, she was actually kind of fun in this episode, but I don't know if that was just a one-time thing with this episode, and she's gonna go back to her previous personality, where she's basically just kind of annoying. Most of the time, her most annoying was when she was sucking Nechi off in the tuning exams. But in this episode, she was just kind of fun, because the whole premise is that Mirai and Kakashi and Guy are staying at an inn, and Tenten shows up and she gave Mirai some clothes because they're going to be on a longer trip than what she was anticipating. And she decided to stay there for the night because she wanted to take a day off or whatever. And apparently the inn that they're staying at is haunted. But then by the end of the episode, you actually figure out that some little girl is actually just kind of trying to stay at the inn, but she doesn't have any money. And the reason why she's at this inn all of a sudden is because she's actually going on a trip with no money, and it's because she's trying to live on as a memory for her mother, who died of an illness. And then Mirai at the end of the episode's like, yeah, I want to make this trip memorable for her, so let's just take her along, and yada yada. I'm like, well, that's certainly nice of Mirai, but what else is she really gonna do other than just be a part of the episodes from here on out? Probably not much, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess. But then at the end of the episode, it's revealed that the ghost was actually there, and Guy the whole time was really scared because he saw a ghost, because Mirai took away the tags of the exorcism that some priest or whatever did in the inn. And then that was pretty much it. That was the entirety of the episode. But other than like the one time per episode in this arc where Mirai and Kakashi have a moment of reflection of how where she thinks about her dad. So I've already said before, I praised her in the first episode of the arc. I really like Mita. I think she's funny. I like her quirkiness. I like her personality. I like her behavior. I love a lot of things about her character. She's honestly like my favorite member of the new generation, because Mita technically is a part of the new generation. She was in Shippuden. She was in the about towards the end of Shippuden, but she didn't really have a character other than the daughter of Asuma Sarutobi, and that was pretty much it. But in this arc, she's her own character. She's her own personality, but of course she still reflects on her dad. In the entirety of the episode, she wants to prove that ghosts don't exist, because if ghosts were to actually exist, then she asks the question of, if ghosts really truly existed, then wouldn't her dad show up and try to see her and allow her to see him? And she's asking that to Kakashi, and Kakashi, of course, does, the whole sensei kind of fatherly kind of thing, and say, like, maybe he's actually closer than you think he is, and you just can't see him, and that's just kind of always the thing that people think whenever they have lost a loved one. Maybe they're actually closer than what we really think they are. And that's just a question that people always have when they think about ghosts. And I guess some people also want to say that ghosts don't exist, because if they were a ghost, and let's say there's a ghost of a loved one, and if that someone is being haunted by, and people want to immediately dismiss that, because if they were really there, then why are they there? And like, what's the reason for them being there? Why can't we see them? And why can't and why they can see us? That's just kind of it. I like that question. I like Mita in the episode where she has that moment with Kakashi, but other than that, the episode doesn't really do anything else besides just have a laugh here and there, and then kind of just be sort of memey the whole time, especially kind of with like the beginning part of the episode, where the episode literally just decides to want to start off with TenTen and Mirai in the hot springs, and of course they're in the hot springs, so they're completely naked. So I'm just like, oh. And then TenTen's like, yeah, I get you're supposed to be the Kakashi's and Guy's bodyguard, but you can't run out here naked like you almost did. And I'm like, oh shit, okay, okay. Um, cool. I don't know why she said that. I mean, I get it, but like, I also don't get it. Whatever. But the episode doesn't really do anything, and it's just a super average episode. And I almost debatably didn't want to even make a video about it because that's why I didn't upload it yesterday. Because usually the episode comes out Sunday. If I can get it out by Sunday, I do it. But if I can't, I do it Monday. But yesterday I was really busy doing something else, and I just wasn't excited to see the episode because I knew it was probably going to be insanely average unless it was going to be super funny. But it was only kind of funny. You know, there was only a couple of moments where, yeah, I was like, yeah, that was actually kind of funny. And then that was it. That was the entirety of the episode. And then next episode, we're going to have Choji show up. And I'm just like, oh, here we go with Choji again. Shit, here we go again. We're gonna have Choji come up with a crisis where he has to eat something again. Shit, here we go again. You know, it's just, you know, I understand what the writers are trying to do to a certain extent, but then I just, you know, it's episodes like these that are just incredibly average that make it so hard to actually kind of want to suggest to go and watch Boruto. Like, I will suggest you go watch Naruto and Naruto Shippuden because those are great. At least I think those are great. You know, maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I can never really, you know, recommend Boruto too much besides like like an episode every here and there. You know, like whenever I want to tell my friends to go and watch this episode, you know, it's just only this episode, not the entire anime, because there's so much other better fucking anime that are currently out right now, like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You know, just not even I don't even know they're airing episodes right now. I think like the season is done or they are. And you know, just JoJo's Bizarre Adventure that I would recommend. I haven't seen it, but I hear it's like super good. There's Black Clover, and there's My Hero Academia. They're getting their fourth season in October this year. And then, of course, there are other better anime at the you know, at the current time that you can watch right now, just online, and like Fullmetal Alchemist. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is absolutely fantastic. It's an anime that I would totally recommend that you need to watch because it's so good, and it's only like 64, 65 episodes. It gets the entirety of the message of the anime out and done in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood in 64 episodes. And Boruto has like 110 episodes, and they keep, you know, stopping the entirety of the plot and the reason why we're watching this story and the episodes and the series of Boruto at a grinding halt just to have a filler episode or an episode that feels like that's super filler that doesn't contribute to the story whatsoever. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of these episodes feeling like filler, feeling like they're not important, and just putting this story at a grinding halt. I like Mirai, you know, a lot. I really like Mirai in these past couple episodes. She's super enjoyable. I love seeing her. But holy fuck, does it put the entirety of the main story and plot to a grinding halt? You know? And Naruto Part 1 and Shippuden, it never felt like the whole, over what's the word I'm trying to look for? What's the term I'm trying to look for? The entire plot, basically, just the overarching story, that's the word I was looking for. The overarching plot, you know, it was never felt like it was set on a grinding halt, unless there was an episode that was filler and was obviously filler because they just needed to do it for some reason, right? Like Naruto Part 1 had filler episodes, but it never felt like it wasn't needed, you know, and just I don't know. I don't know what else to really say. You know, this kind of came out more as a rant at the end of the video, more than anything, and just, you know, I just get so frustrated because I feel like the series and as of Boruto can do so much better because I feel like I have this disease where I'm such a fanboy of Naruto that I have to watch, you know, more stuff that's like Naruto, which well, the next best thing currently is Boruto, and it doesn't even feel like a Naruto sequel most of the fucking time. So I'm just so frustrated more than anything. Ugh. It's rough. It's rough. You know, I feel like there are just times where I just can't recommend it. You watch Boruto, go and watch literally any other anime because it'll probably be better than Boruto in its current state with the anime. The manga I hear is great, and you know, more power to the people who are reading the manga. If you want to read the manga, go ahead. I personally feel like I just don't have enough time to go and read the manga, so I just never can sit down and read manga of anything. And I just choose to sit down and watch a weekly episodic series for an anime and just feel like that's enough for me, you know. But it's just rough. It's rough watching the Boruto anime because I feel like they could do so much better, so much more enjoyable stuff, but just they don't do it. I just feel like they don't do it, or they feel like it's good and it actually isn't. Just I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Just go back to the overarching plot, the reason why we're watching this series, the reason why we want to get invested into these characters. Just please, like, if the writers and, you know, the people who are making this fucking anime are watching for whatever reason, just please go back to doing better, because I know you can do better. Like, you had two different series with Naruto that was insanely good, besides Sword of the War arc, but that's besides the point. Just please, like, they can. I know they can do better, but they're not doing better with Boruto, and it's frustrating. But that's it for me. Probably today, because I think I need to get the One Punch Man episode out tomorrow. And honestly, I think I am gonna do that tomorrow. But that's besides the point. That's it for me from today in this video. If you did enjoy it for whatever reason, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Have a wonderful day. I'm out. Peace.